Welcome back on your Lobo Coaches Show. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy, with the Lobo women's basketball coach, Yvonne Sanchez. Yvonne, it's time for our Subway Ask the Coach segment. And of course, Lobo fans can go to golobos.com and submit their question for Coach Sanchez or Coach Neal at golobos.com. It's from Larry in Lovington today.
Nice.
And the question is about Utah State. You've got Utah State coming up this week, your first of 2 games this week as they come to the pit. What kind of problems do they pose?
Well, it's funny, and I appreciate the question, Larry. Home of Brian Larlacher.
Exactly.
Even. So, you know, Utah State, it's funny because we've already played Colorado State twice, and now we're playing Utah State for the first time. You know, they're a lot like us. I think we have similar records in conference. I think we're both 3-5 or 2-5. I'm not real sure. But they changed their defenses. They have multiple defenses. They'll run half-court traps. They'll run full-court presses. They'll run half-court zones, 2-3, 3-2. They do a bunch of different things of mixing it up. They also have an incredible shooter, and her last name's Schlott, Jennifer Schlott, and she's an incredible scorer, and that's one player that we're going to have to make sure that we slow down a little bit.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for her.
Yeah.
It's time for our Subway Player of the Game. Subway restaurants, eat fresh, and clearly 14 points. Khadijah Shumpert is the selection this time, and this is Khadijah right here off a feed from Bryce Owens.
Yeah, that's our 2-back play, and you know, Khadijah's a monster, and she's just getting herself back in. I think, God, I can't remember, this might be her 2nd or 3rd game back from her concussions, and the last one was, you know, against Colorado State. So she came in, she's looking good, she's playing well. You know, we have a full squad now. I think everybody's pretty healthy. But Khadijah had a terrific game.
I love the terminology. You said 2-back. How does that play work?
You know, there's a couple of false motion movements in it, but basically it's 2 up screens or 2 back screens that we set, one for the guard, and if she doesn't get the ball right away, right off the bat, then she'll set another up screen for the post player. So then we just reverse it to our point guard and get it to that post player, and the screen was terrific, and Khadijah got a nice wide open shot.
Well, Khadijah had a terrific game. She is the Subway Player of the Game. With Khadijah's big game, 14 points, if you just gotten a little bit more point production from Sarah, do you think that might have put you guys over the top?
I think even Sarah or Antisha, you know, Diva had 11 points, I believe, and she had a terrific game. Most of her points were off the free throw line, but that's okay. They're points, and she hit some key free throws down the stretch. You know, I think Sarah scoring a little bit more. I think Antisha having a few more points, you know, that could have propelled us. But the biggest thing, and I go back to, is our defense. We have to get stops when we need to. We scored 57 points. They scored, I think, what, 62? We should have held them in the 50s. We really should have. And then that gives us a chance. And we didn't do that. So, you know, you could say if one person or this person would have scored some more, but we had to get stops, and we didn't do that late in the game.
What about the girls' composure and the way that they handled themselves down the stretch in a tight game? Did you feel good about that?
You know, I did up until the certain 3 that they hit. You know, we've worked on that, and basically it's just a ball side guard. The post had it down in the low block. We had her dead in the water. That ball side guard, whoever it is supposed to lock on. We don't help off of that, and you know, and Bryce tried to make a play, so by no means is it her fault by any means. You know, Bryce tried to make a play, and she had a terrific game. She just lost sight of the offensive player, and she hit a 3.